Hey everyone, welcome back to the concert hall. I'm Sunny, and this is your weekly jazz lesson. Hey guys, what's up? I hope everyone's having an amazing day. We're shifting gears a little bit today, and I'm doing a Q&A. There was a question on my other channel, TheSunnySide, during one of the live streams. Someone came in and they asked about their time, right? In music, the guy said he wants he wants some exercises to work on his time. So I'm going to show it to you right now. I'm going to show it to you now. I'm going to give you an answer to that question right now, and I sincerely hope you appreciate the answer that I'm going to give you about time and music and what we're going to do and the approach that I've used over the years to help all of my students with their time. At the end of this lesson, I'm going to incorporate this into, I'm going to give you a little bit of a time exercise that you'll play on your instrument, and in addition to that, I'll add a little jazz element into it as well, because that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. Okay, everybody ready? Welcome back. I hope everyone is having a super amazing day. Cue the intro. Oh, man. Okay, everybody be cool. Here we go. Tone it down a little bit today. First things first. Very first thing. Very, very, very sincerely. Time is the most important thing in music. Without time, you can't do anything. If you have a good sound, an amazing sound, and you have no time, and you put that amazing note in the wrong spot, you're in a lot of trouble. Okay, so the first thing is time. If you have a really crappy sound, and but you've put that note in the right spot, that sound in the right spot, then actually you're pretty good. You're gonna sound okay. And don't worry about your technique. The 3 T's: time, tone, and technique. And the third is technique. And technique comes and goes, and you practice your technique according to the songs you're playing at the show anyway. So relax on all of that. So time is super, super important. But time is more than 1, 2, 3, 4. Especially in jazz music. Time is what you hear. And we hear in groups of time, right? In groups of bars, and in addition to 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, here we go. I should have given you the answer a little earlier. Oh, wow, Sonny, we need another time. No, here's the answer. The secret is, we don't play the time. Nope. Nope. Not even in the orchestra, man. Seriously. There's going to come a point in your musical development when you're going to stop tapping your foot on the floor. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And you're going to stop that because you're not playing that. And there's going to come a time in your playing when the conductor is going to stop playing 1, 2, 3, 4, and the conductor is going to start playing the pulse of the music. Yeah, man, pretty neat, huh? I have some exercises. Don't worry about it. It's gonna be fun. You guys are gonna be rocking at the end of today. So, and it's not lame-ass tonguing exercises either. So, and I'll explain what I did when I used to teach. So, I'll say it again. We don't play the time, we play the pulse. So if your drummer is playing ding, 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 you're like, what are you doing, man? Or if your bass player is playing gong, 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 you're like, oh, God, man. It's like, what's going on here? You remember when I had said that when Howard plays bass, it's like, it just envelops you in sound, and when he plays music, it's like a waterfall? Right, we play the pulse. Are you sure, Sonny? Are you sure we play the pulse? Yes, I'm 1,000% positive. So, here's how it works. If you're playing a classical waltz, for example, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, that's the time. But a classical waltz pulses in 1. So your conductor at a certain level stops conducting 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and he starts conducting in 1. 1, 1, 1. Do, 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 because a waltz is in 1. If you're conducting a jazz waltz, now a jazz waltz, a classical waltz is in 1. A jazz waltz is in 6/8. Right? So a jazz waltz has, a classical waltz has a 1 pulse, and a jazz waltz has a 2 pulse. It's fascinating, man. It's fascinating. Depends how you break it up. All right, what else? This is extremely important for what's going to happen a little later in the lesson. Now, why don't I give you some examples about music that you actually play? So, some of the standards and how we dig the pulse out of this. When we count in a song, or when I count in a song, it's 1, 1. I'm counting in the pulse. Now, if I were to count in the time, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, then we're going to play bum, 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 bum. Counting in a song is so important. Okay, so what's the big deal? What's wrong with that? Oh, that's a good question, man. Let's see if I can show you right now. So if we play Autumn Leaves, and Autumn Leaves has a 3-note pickup. I'm sitting here, I'm going to show you guys right now. Hopefully it works out. This is Autumn Leaves. If you play this song the way you think it's written in time, it's going to sound like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Those autumn leaves. This song's so lame. I should have got to blah. This is so lame. You can't play music like that. That's how you play this in time. That's not how you do this. This song it pulses in 2. It's 1, 2, 1. It's jazz music. The da da ga di ga 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 ba do go ga ba di ga do da ga. You got it. So you play the pulse of the music. You have to bring the music alive, right? Reading the notes like as written, that's not the pulse. You have to figure out how to bring the music off the page and bring it to life. And we do that playing the pulse. I'll give you another example. What if we play There Will Never Be Another You? Look at all these quarter notes, man. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. No, man, you can't play like that. You're gonna give me brain damage. Don't do that. 1, 2, 1. Ga ga da ga 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 dee dee da ba ba do ba da ba do ba da ba da ba da ba da. Come on, man. Right? We don't play like that. Twinkle, twinkle. I'm gonna kick you in the fucking Rochambeau if you play like twinkle da 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 do da 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 da. All right, there you go. So we play the. Okay, let's go back. Okay, so we play the pulse. Now, granted, in your defense, I took that music way off. I took those 2 songs way off the page. So that's not going to help you if you're playing second alto in your swing band in high school at all. Actually, going to get you into trouble. And that's not going to help you if you're sitting in an orchestra. And that's not going to help you on your conservatory exam. And you still have crummy time. But I'm telling you, this is not a question. There comes to a certain level where after that level, with the music you're reading, you're going to play the pulse of the music. And you're going to sing the music out. And the beautiful music is going to naturally articulate itself. And it's going to have a natural dynamic to it, and it has a natural living pulse to it. Excuse me. And the more difficult the music, right? Like when you're playing that 20th century contemporary classical stuff in grade 10 in the conservatory, that's impossible to play. You have to really internalize it and sing it out. And you're gonna play this weird kind of dancey pulse at that level. As for us, That's just the deal. All right, Sonny, I sort of get it. All right, so that's the answer. We play the pulse, not the time. 10 minutes in. All right, you guys want secret exercises? Secret exercise number 1. So when you study with me, and I'm not teaching privately anymore. So when you study with me for years and years and years and years, students of all levels, the very, very baby clarinet players with no teeth, just goobing out on the studio, right? Those guys, all the way to my oldest students. You know, they're retired and we hang out during the day and we just play music. We all warm up with these exercises, all of us. And I've written stacks of them over the years. Now, why is this exercise so important? Check this action out, man. I'm going to grab my sax. So there's no key signature in this exercise. And there's no time in this exercise. This is just notes on the page. And so check this action out. This is what I used to, remember I said we're practicing a lot of things at the same time? Look at this. So this is the exercise I also use. So this is time exercise. I'm going to explain it in a second. This is a sound exercise, and it's also a reading exercise. Now, for those of you who haven't, want to do the reading thing, watch this. 3 notes is G. And when the notes go up on the page, the finger goes up on the saxophone. All right, and then we do the middle thing. Right, and then when we cross the line, it's everything and the thumb, and then it just keeps going up. It just keeps going up. When the notes go up, the fingers go up. When the notes come down, the fingers going down. So at the end of lesson 1, everybody's reading music and they don't even realize it. You know, guys, I had students from all over the world, and like at the same time. All right, so there are different languages, different backgrounds, different age levels. Some, we're very different, and and I taught a lot of autistic kids and kids with learning disabilities and a lot of kids whose parents were getting divorced and some kids maybe getting abused a little bit, some drug addict kids. Like, some real problems, man. So, like, like a lot of kids over the years. A lot of kids who are super gifted, who are going to fall through the cracks because, like, the school didn't recognize it. Like, some real some things, man. And so some of the kids, so this is the stuff. I had to create exercises that, and some of the kids don't speak English, some of the kids don't speak. And so I had to create exercises for everybody to help everyone. And some of them, they don't read A, B, C, D. They read do, re, mi from different parts of the world. And when my kids are autistic and stuff, they don't remember anything. They don't remember anything. But they still have to play the music. And so I write fingers, right? 1, finger 1, finger 2, finger 3, and they have all these numbers on their music, and they sing it out. So neither here nor there. Let's get back to this. Check this out. So that's the point of this. But with regards to time, this is how it works. So this is really small on my screen, by the way. Let me see if I can make this bigger, and I'll read this for you guys. So it's on G. All right, so what I would do is, for us today, we would set the metronome to like beat 1 and beat 3. Oftentimes I play this backing tracks to groove and relax, right? It creates a meditative state. So let's just think, but for us, let's set the metronome on beat 1 and beat 3 and play the quarter notes. Right, I'm up at the beat. Now let's come down, right? The finger notes come down, I descend. All right, I'll play it again. You guys got it? So what's going on here, man? All right, so we do that, right? So all of my students do that. We'll do it all, the babies to everyone, we do it all in one breath, right? Take a breath. Next line. Okay, and then we will play the next line. And so here, I'll show you the next one. I have 3 of these right now for you guys. We're gonna explain it. Stick it out with all my lessons. Stick it out. Here's another line, right? These are just random lines for all the instruments. So, pulsing on 1, pulsing on 3, not stressing it out. The fingers either go up or they go down. That's it. That's it. Da-ga, 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 da-ga. No, wait. I did it. Da-da, 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 da. Okay? I'll do one more for you guys, and then we're going to get to the exercise, and I'm going to really show it to you guys. So here's another one. I did a bunch of these. I thought I did a bunch of these on the channel a long time ago, on the music education channel, the TheSunnySide Music Studio, and I thought I did them on different instruments, but I'm not sure. All right, here we go. 1 and 2 and... All right, so what's really happening here? So it looks like we're playing quarter notes, but we're pulsing on beat 1 and 3. So although we're reading quarter notes, we're actually playing, we've actually internalizing eighth notes, right? Because there's a subdivision happening. We're not playing 1, 2, 3, 4. We're playing 1, 2, 3, 4, which sounds like this. Da ga da ga da ga da ga, which is eighth notes. So we're reading quarter notes, but we're playing eighth notes. Now when we do this exercise with one pulse a bar, da ga 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 da ga, we're now playing 16th notes, even though we're reading quarter notes. So when we get to 16th notes, right, we're recognizing these shapes. Right now, the only shape that you're recognizing on these exercises are moving up a note or down a note. So there's no thinking involved. But remember earlier on in the lessons, I said your first musical word and it was an enclosure? Well, after a short while, you recognize, and you're recognizing ascending and descending in diatonic motion, and soon you're going to recognize seeing triads, you're going to recognize chords, you're going to recognize enclosures, and you're going to, and if it takes a couple of, and you're just going to play it. You're just going to recognize it and play it without thinking it or counting it. And that's the deal. So we're actually practicing a lot of things at the same time. All right, good. Next, here we go. Exercise time. When you're practicing your exercises, this is a scale exercise. So we're still pulsing now on beat 1 and beat 3. Da 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 da. And that, so this looks like eighth notes, but we're actually playing out 16th notes. So we're shifting things around. Now, it also gets difficult because the less we click, the more space we obviously have to fill up on our own. Right? It's a little tricky. So, and you're going to be out of sync a little bit until you lock this in. And once you lock it in, you're going to get very good at it very quickly. Now, this exercise continues on like this, and I have a couple of examples for you, and I'm going to demonstrate it in a sec, because we're playing this kind of music. And you can see at the end of this exercise, it plays a G7. I'll show you in a sec. But when you're really practicing just for time, you play up and then up again. And then that's going to really stretch you out. Right now, you're going to lock it in tight, and we're going to continue playing jazz today. But if you were to like really practice, you're going to like stretch it out. All right, here we go. This is what it sounds like. Thanks for sticking around. Pulsing on beat 1 and 3. Right? Now, normally we play. Okay. That's 4 bars of music. right? Or daga 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 daga, right? That's 4 bars of music. Pulse, 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 pulse. All right, everybody cool? That's the exercise. That's the exercise. However, I want you guys very much at the end of everything, getting back to do. However you do this, and you'll see at the end of this exercise, whenever you go back to do, I want you to use the dominant chord. Extremely important. It's the most important. It's the dominant importance. It's up to... Shut that. Let's drink some coffee. So that's the deal. You guys got it? So... All right, so this is the exercise. C, D, E, F, G, F, E, D, C. Up, down, up, down, up, down. All right, great, great, great. All right, all right. But that's not really how we do things around here. Okay, guys, that's not how we do things around here. This is all groovy and all, but like, it's kind of pointless. I'm not spending the next 100 years of my life doing finger exercises. Forget that. But this, take one more look. This looks like this when we add chords to it. Yeah, man, I wouldn't leave you out to dry like that. We're playing the D minor 7 starting on the 7th, right? C. We're playing a D minor starting on C all the way up to the G. So you're really playing C to G, okay, guys? You're really playing C major to G7 is what you're really doing. But today, let's just think D minor, okay? D minor, let's just think D minor. Okay, again, you're really playing C major to G7, but let's just say D minor. Daga, 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 daga. All right, so here we go. And when you get, now, so when you're on beat 3, think beat 3, I'm on G, beat 3, G7, daga daga G7, daga daga G7, daga daga G7. So when you get to the last G7, you're playing the chord down. All right, it's the most important thing that you guys, the most important skill in playing this music. So like we're doing, this is pretty much a classical lesson today with a little bit of jazz at the end here. But the most important thing you guys have to be able to do in the kind of improvised music we play is you have to be able to switch like instantly. But it's not that weird. It's not like, oftentimes when you look at music, you're not looking at words. You're not looking at words. You're looking at notes. You guys spend a lot of time spelling music. C, D, E, F, G. It's how you spell music. A, B, C, D. Literally. That musical word in bar 1 is da 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 da. That's what it sounds like. Da 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 da. That's the word. And coming down the word in the second half of the first bar, coming down the G7 is da 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 da. Those are words, man. Right? And they go together. Daga 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 da. And the last one is the G7 going to the C. So think of it, that's how thinking in bigger groups, right? Daga daga daga. All right. Next. 2 more for you guys. 1 more like this, and then an important one. Okay, next. So we started it on C. I'm pretty sure I did it on D as well. Hold on, let's see this. Okay, maybe not. Well, that's weird. Okay, well, I guess I didn't. Okay, let's take it from E. All right. Okay, whatever. So, like, I thought I wrote it up from D. Okay, here we go. From E. Okay, so it's E up to B, E up to B, daga, 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 daga. And then when we get to approach the C major, we're still going to use the G7 chord because we're practicing this. But pulse, daga, 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 daga. You're right, that's your time. Right? When you get good, you want to be like daga, 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 daga. All right, here we go. All right? Okay, it's 25 minutes. I gotta let the next kid in. Now, one more thing before you guys boogie out for the day. Wait, before we go, before we do the important one, you guys know, so like on the D minor now, like I wrote, it's kind of like C major, right? But like I wrote D minor because on the D minor, instead of, right, you could be like, right? Right, enclosures, chord tones, moving around, chords, like, you know, different stuff. Right, different ways to get to these notes, but like not today. This is not a jazz lesson. This is a time lesson, right? How to practice playing the pulse, how to internalize the pulse, and how to play way faster than you realize. And you're gonna do it. All right, final exercise for the day, and then we'll boogie out. Check this out, man. So, same exercise, except instead of D minor to G7, we're going to play this all in the relative minor. So it's B minor to E7, and but we're in this A minor. No funny, no, we're not changing any of the notes yet, right? I didn't say B minor 7 flat, nothing weird. Staying in A minor, which is no sharps or flats, and we're keeping it clean. E to B, except for the last E7. We're going to play E7, and then we're going to resolve it to A minor, right? So these are very important. So, pulse. Remember when we're playing bebop? Chop, 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 chop. And this, pulse. Right? So 1 is in major. All right, this one is in major. Right? Practice it in major. Practice it in the minor. All right. Why do you have to do that? Because now you can play Autumn Leaves. we just practiced the major and minor in the key of C. Play it in the key of G or in 1 sharp concert, and we're playing Autumn Leaves, man. Okay, so there's the deal. Wow, these lessons are long. Thanks for sticking it out. Wow, okay, so what did we learn today? Let's do a recap. Most important thing. The most important thing is your time. It's so unbelievable. I was in Toronto, a really good friend of mine. I went to York. He went to York as well. He's a piano player. He's really, really smart. So he did a year at York, and then he went to McGill. And McGill is amazing. And when he came back to Toronto, we were hanging out, and I'm like, so what's going on in McGill, man? And he's like, everybody there has amazing time. I'm like, what are the chops like? What's going on? And he's like, no, man, everybody has amazing time. That's the deal. So I'm telling you guys this story. There's a story I wanted to put at the beginning of this lesson that I didn't say. I'll tell it to you guys in a sec. So I'll tell it to you right now. When I was at Humber, a buddy of mine, Mike, is a bass player, and he went to study with the legendary Ray Brown. And he comes back, and we're all young at the time, and I'm like, hey, man, and I'm young and naive, right? I don't know what's going on. And I'm like, hey, man, what did he say? What Ray said was going on? And like, what does he play? The same question you guys ask each other. What does he say about a C7? What do you play on a C7? And like, Mike turns to me and he says, that's not the type of question you ask Ray Brown. So, like, if you don't know what to do on a C7, you're in the wrong place. So he had a good point. Actually, I'll tell you guys something about the jazz thing. You guys still want to know what to play on a C7. And your answers, your teachers are telling you, you can play almost anything on a C7 as long as you put it in the right spot. And up to this point in your musical life, up until this breath right now, you think, including this lesson and everything I said, that you can play anything you want on a C7 as long as it's played in time. It's kind of the point of my exercise. But that's not true. In this kind of music that we're playing, that I'm showing you how to play, there are only 1 or 2 notes that you possibly could choose to play on this C7. There are just a million different ways to approach it and a million different ways to play it. So the incorrect way of thinking is, what do you play on a C7? Oh man, you can play a million different things on a C7. No man, not true. Who told you that? You can only play a couple of things on a C7, but you can play it a million different ways. And I'm going to show you how to do it. That's the action, man. So, chop, 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 chop. Practice as you play as you practice. Have some fun. Have some fun. But when you're playing all your stuff, so today we did a bunch of mindless exercises, but we didn't do them mindlessly. We did these exercises in a very mindful way. So keep that in mind. Way to go, Sunny. What do you do to your thing? All right, 30 minutes. I guess I better edit it. From the concert hall, I'm Sunny, wishing everyone the best of a super amazing day. Subscribe to the channel, share the videos. Jazz. And I'll see you guys soon.